Greetings, everyone. My name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In tonight's stream, I'll be covering the level pack Mega Man RockNBlues, a level pack slash quote-unquote fan game designed by RockNBlues. I'll be covering the first 10 stages, specifically the intro stages and 8 RM stages. I'll be saving both of the fortresses for next week. So let's begin with Intro Stage 1, Starlight City, with 23 plays and a score of 6. Glad everyone could join me tonight. I'll be streaming for about 90 minutes or so. So welcome to stream Rajolt, Lamar, YouTube, Jedok, Jaden, Mr. Lee, all the people watching on Twitch, and anyone else who I missed. Hi Diamond Wolf, glad you could be here. As a quick aside, tomorrow morning I'll be playing Among Us, then Team Fortress 2, and tomorrow evening, Scaleboy Refractured. Hopefully unlike last week, I'll be able to make more progress. Yep. 2 sets of 4. I'll provide my comments on each of the levels and them as a group. Hi Nuthouse, you're not late. Based on the title, it has something to do with RockNBlues, aka Mega Man and Proto Man. Nice, good job Jaden. Hope you succeed. College can be tough. Well, college is tough. I'm both excited and a bit worried for tomorrow morning, especially with TF2. I can't really host the server myself, so what's going to happen is we're probably going to be joining a particular community server. I'm kind of hesitant to just join a game using the public TF2 matchmaker, as there's still a bot infestation going on. There are plenty of good community servers that are public out there. We can all join in on the same party or same team and work that way, and communicate via Discord. You're only late by 2 minutes, Pixel. So this did a good job of introducing the basic controls and whatnot. Done. Mega cleared his stage. School for Riders? I see. Next up is Interstage 2, Junk Island. 29 plays, score 5. This background still looks a bit messed up. Time for a proto tutorial. Ouch, he takes double damage. You know what? I'll alternate between playing as Mega and Proto. I get why this was done. First one focuses on basic controls and Mega's gameplay, this one on Proto's gameplay, and his strengths and weaknesses. This could be rolled into one, but for the sake of time, they were split up. Hopefully this doesn't take as long as last week's pack, even with the 10 levels. Doing pretty well, Lamar. Just relaxing for the evening, and mentally preparing myself for tomorrow morning. I have YouTube in the morning stream. I already encountered 2 or 3 levels that use it. Get down, please. And ended up falling anyways because I overestimated my time. I get what they were going for with that pack. Yeah, this ladder grab is going to be a bit of a pain. For that level pack, I guess it was fine, but the best part was the border stages. That's why I don't like to do these sorts of ladder grabs in this engine. They're always so painful. There we go, after 3 deaths. That's more due to me having issues with these sorts of jumps. Yeah, this would be a better challenge for an RM stage, or a Forter stage. We'll hope about that in that house. Hopefully. Controls. Hello. I could have done it and then the jump failed to work. This is why I don't exactly like to fight him with Proto Man. I much prefer doing it Mega. Done. Ooh, 5 deaths, 3 in one spot, 2 deaths here. Definitely harder than it should be. Alrighty then, here are the arms that Wily and friends have sent out. Static Woman, Ninja Man, SteamPunk Man, Vampire Man, Sky Man, Frostburn Man, Tank Man, and Bone Man. Choose my destiny. 2 things. First, that's a joke. Second, Snow wants a girl. We have a clear victor. So the first RM I'll go after is Bone Man, with 19 plays and a score 4. Insert all the jokes in the chat. I'll alternate between playing as Mega and Proto, so back to Mega for this one. Selection of E&M tanks and weapons at the start. I like it that all these old packs I'm playing recently have adopted this. Good design. We already did both the interstages, Hyper. You missed them. Let's estimate how many times I'll die overall in the ARM stages. ARM being short for Roadmaster. Needs to be enhanced. That's what they'll say. When in doubt, damage boost. This looks suspicious. Shame I can't reach it with my current tool set. Makes sense, it did feel somewhat like a fusion of Hornet and Wood. More so with the latter. I'm not gonna waste my time. The first meme was funnier, this one not so much. That isn't Kaizo-ish, even on Superhero. It's a joke, Hyper. So close. I took one less hit. Or at Proto. Proto would actually be better against him. Strike's rebound striker can really easily catch you off guard if you aren't careful. Kind of a shame how the rebound striker you get isn't that good. Thankfully they fixed it in 11 with the bounce ball. That's what the rebound striker should have been. I wouldn't advise playing on Superhero first, but it isn't too bad if you played multiple Mega Man games before. GG. Sometimes funny to see people raging. And some people have a lot of trouble with certain RMs. For example, me versus Ringman or Concrete Man in this engine. 1 down, 7 left to go. The All Devil Mach 3 and 11, even on a Superhero, isn't too hard if you exploit his weakness, the double charge shot, and the power gear. Then you can easily wreck him. True, true. After all, the different kinds of rage, and Tyler does play it up. I define Pyro's rage to be on the funnier side. Next up is Ninja Man, with 20 plays and a score of 8. No kidding, Jinock. Stream is going on, Hyper. To be fair, I find Power's rage to usually be more funny. Tyler is a bit too overbearing for me. There are gonna be pop-up attackers, aren't there? Oh, must be an issue with YouTube on your end. Jump density is on point, no pun intended. Good thing there aren't any. Good thing there aren't any. Good thing there aren't any invisible pits here. That should be introduced not over a bottomless pit. It's assuming you already encountered these before. With the other mechanics and enemies, they were introduced in more controlled environments. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Dave. Don't get me wrong, I like the challenges, but if this is supposed to be an ARM stage, it needs better introductions. Oh boy, are we going to have a repeat where I get all the weapons in the wrong order, so I lose on most V and M tanks? See, this level wasn't too bad. It was easier than the second intro stage. Spring. It's a flat arena, so it isn't too bad. If this arena was not uneven, this would be a huge pain. Could be a huge pain. But thanks to it being flat and me having a shield, it was very simple. Also, thank you for adding a weapon get screen and a weapon demonstration screen. I like how more level packs are doing stuff like this too. Okay, who's up next? Static, Steampunk, Vampire, Sky, Frostburn, Tank. Precisely, and that's a good thing. Three for Steam, 2 for Tank, 1 for Vampire. That makes 4 for Steampunk. Next up is SteamPunk Man, 19 plays, score 6. Back to Mega. I'll avoid using special weapons when I encounter the bosses until the rematches. Yet again, I need that. Let me guess, this is from Tank Man. Mind you, if this pack wasn't this well designed, I would just use the random number generator. Wow, I thought I made the jump there. I should have done a slide jump. See, I just need to do a slide jump. fact, checkpoint density is a bit more on the generous side, and compared with non-houses levels, each of them feels a bit shorter, by about 5 to 10 screens shorter. These are a lot more along the lines of the NES games in terms of length, as opposed to the fangame's sense of length. I have DVR enabled, you can rewind if necessary. Simply a different way of constructing these stages. I tend to prefer longer stages as they have more time to explore mechanics, but this is fine. It is technically longer than the typical NES stages though, so there's that, by about 5-6 screens. I tend to prefer my traditional stages in Mega Man to be about 30 to 40 screens long, maybe 45 if you're pushing it. Although in terms of length, I prefer the stages to be about 5 to 6 minutes long. 4 to 6. After all, some stages take longer to go through. Compare, for example, Frost Man with Freeze Man. Freeze Man in terms of screen length is only about 30 or 40 screens long, whereas Frost Man is 80 to 100. Most of it taken up by the jump jump slide slide sections. No kidding, Jacob. Mega and Proto in Japanese. Precisely, it was 20 or 30 screens long. Peter was a decent Metroidvania. More linear than I expected, but thanks to some updates, it got better. Should have damage boosted. And thanks to the shorter length, getting back to the spots where he died is trivial. Well, not trivial, but easier. Precisely, SDA. Going back to the point I made, that's why solely relying on screen length isn't the best metric. Otherwise, you'd think by base screen count that Frostman stage is 4 times as big as Freeze Man, which it is, but time-wise it isn't. Some shorter stages may take longer to complete because of their difficulty, some not so much. Mega Man 11, let's see. Torch, Fuse, and one other one. All the stages in that game are fairly decent, at the very least. Well, better than decent. Or quick, man. Or if they require quite a bit of backtracking. That's a good way of putting it. Guitar has a better instrumentation, but composition-wise, the songs aren't really as interesting. I like how Skellboy uses the one main team throughout the game for its tracks, and how it remixes it, and how it uses many different reduxes of it. Quickman's due to poor design and difficulty, really. Whoops. Now I know what his weakness is. Too close. Death number 3. Mega Man 4 and 11 are my favorite games of this series. They do the best job of showcasing classic design. 4 for the NES Classic, 11 for the future one, modern one, current modern. And, I feel it's somewhat underrated, but I consider it to be okay to decent. None of the teams really attracted me to the game, and most of the weapon set is insufficient. 8 I used to dislike, but I'm growing more fond of. 9, well, I already made my opinion on that very well known. I like 10 more than 9, but it still has its issues. Bad voice acting, definitely. 3 down, 5 left to go. Static, Vampire, Sky, Frostburn, and Tank. Mega Man 2 really suffers from the fact it's one of the earliest games in the series. If anything, 1 was really a prototype for 2. It kind of suffers from first game in the series-itis syndrome. That's why I still feel it's overrated. Ten was better balanced in difficulty. Nine's main issue, I feel, is that it took way too much inspiration from 2 and didn't expand upon the design or polish the design with modern standards, aka the standards learned between 2 and 8 and base. Tanks or vampires? Board up is Vampire Man, 15th place, score 5. Alright, summary. 9 had good arm designs that say, awesome weaponry, stages were leave a lot desired for me. Still, I like how it brought back the series for a while. I still think the level design of 9 is better and more interesting than 2, but it didn't solve the issues. In some cases, it made it worse. I still recommend 9 over 2 though, but be warned, in some cases it's harder. To your point, Jaden, yeah, back when Nintendo, Capcom, and everyone else were trying to figure out standards for level design, moving away from the arcade era into the console era, there are a lot of holdovers from that era for one. Not just the use of the live system, but the really memorization-based design in order to eat quarters. The other reason, of course, was so players would keep playing the same game. That's why I feel, compared to the SNES and PS1 eras, or N64 era, the NES era doesn't really hold up as well. Don't get me wrong, there are games I like in the NES era, but overall, I much prefer the later eras. They were trying to figure out everything and it shows. And so much cruft. Yeah, 2 is easier, definitely. Sorry if I misspoke there. 9's more difficult, but I guess slightly better design? Or built more with purpose? Hi Firestar, welcome to the stream. Covering a level pack tonight. Indeed, those that weren't able to adapt either went into hibernation or perished. Or were assimilated. Mine too, it's one of my favorites. Oh boy, this is gonna be painful. I should have just damage boost. It works. It's ominous. 5 is okay. It's not my least favorite entry of the series, or disappointing. That one goes more to 1 and 3. Yeah, most of the weapons, they're lackluster at best. I understand how they're supposed to be used, but the executions leave a lot to be desired. Arm designs are cool too. I like Stone and Crystal Man and Napalm Man. And Dark Man also leave a lot to be desired. See, I like the boss designs themselves graphically, but fight them, not so much. Indeed. The great video game crash of 1983? That was brutal on the burgeoning industry. Nintendo basically had to disguise the NES with ROM in order to sneak it into the market. And the rest is history. I doubt there will be a second video game crash anytime soon. The market's mature and diverse enough. If there's going to be a crash or dip, it's going to be in the AAA space, not so much the indie, B, A, and AA spaces. They're going to be fine. Yeah, true monopoly. Although the reason why they got a monopoly was not really due to not only due to them, it's more due to other companies in the past screwing up. And of course, we're also discounting how much of an influence the PC played. We're mainly discussing the console era. GG. Four down, 4 left to go. Static Sky Frostburn Tank. Firestar, ReStreamBot is used for relaying chat messages between YouTube and Twitch, and vice versa. Who knows, if the NES didn't come out here, We may or may not had a video game industry this big, or perhaps we would have, but the design would be delayed by 5 to 10 years. Maybe Firestar. Links to the Discord server should be in the description below, either on YouTube or on Twitch. And on the video itself, I have a link on the bottom right corner. 5th RM map is Tank Man. 13 plays, score of 3. At last, we can destroy those barriers. I'm just curious though, what era of retro revivals we're currently in. We went through the era of NES revivals, SNES revivals. I guess now we're in the era of late PS1 to early PS2 revivals. Eventually we'll cycle back to that era. It's a cyclical thing in terms of genres and whatnot. For a moment, we had a moment where we had a lot of 3D mascot stuff happening. Yeah, when I say 16-bit, I'm including SNES. One good example is Xeno Crisis. I'm just waiting for the PS2 era to really pick up That's the era I roughly grew up in. Although, for the most part in that era, I played Flash games. The question is, which is which? When is something retro and when is something outdated? And when is it both? I mean, for many of the retro games, they don't adopt all the limitations of the retro era, thankfully. Thank you, Orlando. I'll save it for next week. What aspects of retro design are tolerable now? What aren't? And what aspects of design did we mistakenly call retro, when in reality they should be more timeless? I basically call things retro if they were made from an era over 10 to 15 years ago. That's why I consider the PS2 era currently to be retro, quote-unquote retro, but that's really the start or set most of the baselines for modern game design that we use today, or in the current shape and form we see today. The NES era and SNES era set up the baselines or architects. The PS2 era is where things really got into motion. Hi Heavy, welcome to the stream. One of the tougher stages so far. Let's see. No NFS replacements for this one. Sequel Wars is still under development. The developer recoded everything from the ground up. It's a lot better performance now. And more interesting. As I was saying, Jaden, I consider stuff to be retro in the gaming sphere if it's from 10 to 15 years ago. So PS2 would count as retro. Proto would be better for this one. Despite being one of the hardest stages, I didn't die at all. And we're out of here. That being said, regardless of the era, there were always mistakes. King Chameleon, Ristar, Dynamite Heady, Gunstar Heroes, Fantasy Star 2 and 4, Wonder Boy Monster World, Wonder Boy 6. Yeah, I wish we had more HD sprites. The main reason is time and money. Primal Light isn't what I consider HD, it's more like PS1. Blasphemous is closer to HD. And more stuff like Owlboy, Eagle Island, that sort of thing. Three left to go. Static, Sky, Frostburn. Despite being somewhat rudimentary, actually quite rudimentary, I have somewhat of a soft spot for the early 3D era of gaming, specifically referring to the PS1 era of graphics. You know, with the more blocky textures, flat shadows, etc. Sixth RM up is Static Woman, with 20 plays and a score of 5. Had and still have. In some ways, I feel companies jumped ship from 2D to 3D too quickly. I'm happy that people experimented in that generation. That's how we got much better 3D graphics and gameplay in the PS2, Dreamcast, and GameCube era. But too many people just made jump ship thinking that non-3D is just outdated. It wasn't at the time, and still isn't. Not to mention, I like how thanks to some exploration in the Wii era and even before that, we had more games that experimented with 2.5D. Or even 3.5D. At last, an E-Tank. That wasn't, and won't be the last time that companies made big errors like that. Please, let's not get into that yet. Most games don't deal with time dimensions. Let's just say there's certain games that experimented with time travel too, in addition to 3D. Or time manipulation. See, for example, Creeper World 4. Or that one RTS game. Where you have to fight enemies both in the past and present. One era of that time that really gets overlooked is PC gaming. Most of our attention in the early to mid 90s focuses on consoles, even in the late 90s too. There are so many good PC games that came out in that era. Goody. Nothing much. Even item 1 won't save me. Unfortunately, Capcom doesn't really have as big of a splash in order to pull it off. Too far. Oh, unexplored territories. To summarize, companies may jump the ship from... Too many companies jumped from the 2D era to 3D era, and it shows. I'm happy that companies did experiment with that era so that the PS2/GameCube/Dreamcast era was solid. And I feel too many of them shouldn't have. And as we see, there's a lot of unexplored ground with stuff like 2.5D and 3.5D games. Ah. New Super Mario Bros. Was the start of those retro revivals, or not exactly retro revivals, but taking the base design of the 2D era and then giving it a better coat of paint. Also, more games being showcased in 2.5D. They are dodgeable. I'm simply rushing. Okay folks, vote for either Sky or Frostburn Man. Updating the old ideas with a new fresh coat of paint and better hardware. I wouldn't call them carcasses, that's a bit too demeaning. And hey, they added some really big differences with Wii and Wii U multiplayer. GG. I'll be right back in about a minute. We have a clear victor. 7th RM up is Frostburn Man, with 18 plays and a score of 2. That leaves Skyman for Proto. To answer Jaden's question, it's Double Jumper, Air Slider, or Air Sliding, Burst Chaser, and Burst Chaser Cross Air Sliding. Now for this one, I was away for about a short period, and it broke for some reason. I'm worried about Skyman, knowing my history with Sky levels. I'll get intermission music working for tomorrow. Hope. The music. There was supposed to be intermission music, but it didn't play. I'll get that fixed for tomorrow. Hey Snivy, welcome to the tail end of the stream. So the fire and ice stage of the game. Fangame. Level pack. Burst Chaser increases the speed of Mega Man and enemies dramatically. It's Mega Man fast mode, basically. Double Jumper is exactly what it says on the tin. Air Sliding as well. Oh, very hard difficulty. Let's guesstimate how many times I'll perish here. To be quite frank, I'm looking quite forward / fearing tomorrow, mainly for tomorrow mornings. Let's hope the TF2 stream works out. We're gonna have to pick a community server. Yeah, Turbo Edition. Me jumping too high. See ya, Hyper. That's step number 1. We're gonna play the other PvP modes first. Maybe some man vs. machine after that. Yeah, I have to wait for the platforms to synchronize. That's the hard part. Well, Super Mega Man 3 Turbo, specifically. 5 is Burst Chaser Cross Air Sliding. 4 is Air Sliding. Well... Thank you for putting a checkpoint here, that's good placement. These are freebies, but you need to have a special weapon to get them. Well, Mega Man X isn't as fast as Burst Chaser, so it'd kinda be like Faster X. Plus, we're missing one thing in that. Wall jumping. Can't wait for Mega Man Wall Jumper. I died there because I thought I was gonna slide off of there, not just get carried over there. And because of that mistiming, I ended up jumping into the ceiling spikes. I didn't think I'd actually make the slide. Will this be as hard as Interstage 2? That's the big question. That's what I wanted to pull off there. Gongs was never completed either. Whoa. I should have expected that. But there's a checkpoint at the start, so it's fine. It's not like a traditional ARM stage where there'd be only two or three checkpoints. Five. I thought I went far enough. In terms of level pack quality, this is, I guess, decent. I like this more than Nut House's levels. I was sliding there. 6. Again, I don't want to overshoot, so I'm ended up undershooting. 8. See, with this engine, you have to be really careful not to end up overshooting or undershooting. This is not the Magmo engine or Mega Mix engine where you can reliably do this. See what I mean? I did a minor tap, it got converted into a major movement. I simply can't reliably do precise movements here. It's these sorts of drops which are the hardest to pull off in an engine. Game, I was holding left too. Step number 10. That's my fault. I'm just gonna use item 1 there. I'm starting to feel like half the deaths aren't even my fault, to be honest. My fault. There's so many little things of this engine that irks me. Why I really wish more people made levels with the Mega Mix engine. Not just because it gives you more power and tools, but also because it has overall better controls. Even compared to the Magmo 2 engine, I like that one better. See, I like the amount of level design tools this gives you, but the package surrounding it is not the best or most consistent. If the Mega Mix engine made level design as easy as this does, I'd just advise dropping this entirely. Almost. Hey Game Fever, welcome to the stream. Oh well, try again for Magma 4. I will cover all the levels in Magma 3, and I will eventually get around to covering the remaining levels in Magma 2. I'll re-record them for offline format. At the very least, there's a lot of checkpoints here, much more compared to any other stage in this level pack. It also feels to be the longest. I thought this was gonna last for half a second longer. Guess what? It didn't. There's not gonna be a Magma 3.5. I thought the difficulty was gonna be more like the last level I covered in the previous stream. But half of it seems to do more with the engine itself. It's not really the satisfying difficulty, or based off your skill. The difficulty here seems more like based off of working around the engine's limitations. Anyways, we're out. 16 deaths in total, 1-6. Everyone was really off here. According to Pyro's comments, that is very unlikely. Instead, 48 Hour will hold that role. The one that had levels made over 3 or 4 years ago. That'll act like episode 02. As for an intermediary between 3 and 4, probably won't happen in an official capacity. Episode 0 drained a lot of time and effort. I like episode 0, but it slowed down the development of 3. And the team's kind of been getting tired with 0 and the mega crossover elements. Whew, definitely harder than Intro Stage 2. Could be worse. I could have gone through this with Proto. That would have been a nightmare and a half. So last but not least is Sky Man, 17th place, score of 2. Well, Heaviside did play a lot of Mega Man fan games. But I don't really interact with many people. I don't really interact with anyone from SA. Let's do this again. I took too much time while looking around. I don't really dislike any level made by Pyro. Even the hotel stage, that was fine to me. I saw the Bun Bee catcher. Also, as a further suggestion, you may want to vary up these weapon blocks. So if the player's missing this or the fire weapon, they can actually grab the tanks. The hotel stage in Tier X of Magma 2. Swiss Hotel. Even though Pyro doesn't really like this stage, considers it a relatively poor stage, I found it to be okay. Oh boy. fans. Knowing my history, I'm gonna take that safety. There's one stage of my power which I did dislike. Whoops. That was in Magma Episode 0. That was that, that was also in T-Rex. But that's more due to... That's more due to other reasons. Please do. I prefer E-Tank placements to be behind the challenge. Yeah, she used to be much blunter in the past, but she's gotten better. Whoa. Yeah, this comes the hard part. I'm gonna swap to my base buster for this. I mean, one of the nicest judges... one of the judges with the nicest comments in Magma Tree is one of the harshest ones. I mean, you can be harsh in terms of scoring and judging, while still being nicer in general. Death number 5. This is what I was worried about. Not quite. Yeah, I have to aim it down and... Well, this is not the worst of this. It's not Guriri. Jaden, do you know of Flashman 85, aka Nathaniel Hoover, aka Gemini Laser? Oh boy. Oh. He's one of the nicest guys in the community. Always very helpful. He helped a lot of the levels in Magma 2. Snivy, you know about him. Okay, minor spoiler. Hey, hang on. I need to get out of this rainstorm. We're out. No, we're not out. Come on, Pippies. Wow, that was a close one. I didn't expect a double spawn. I do. We get it. Are we safe? Okay, we're safe. Alright, spoiler alert. Out of all the judges currently, Gemini Laser is the harshest one in terms of scoring. You can do that on top of the ladders too? Okay, that's 7. Got most of my health nuked. You know about him too, Pixel Boy? Calm down, YouTube. I didn't say he was angry. Sure, Jaden. 8. He was famous doing glitches in all the Mega Man games, to be honest. He still is a good one. Ah, I thought you despawned and went the other way. Judging? Well, he's already done judging, I mean. Working on other things. Recovering from human malware. Okay, this is turning out to be the second hardest stage for... This is a lot more in terms of difficulty I was expecting. Ah, we made it. 9 deaths. Namely that one quarter with the fans. It's not too difficult, and this wasn't a frustrating kind of difficult like Frostburn was. Rome specifically said he won't be a good judge, so he declined. We're done. All 8 RMs have been dispatched. Had it not died as much, I could have finished this 20 minutes ago, but that's that. Next week, I'll be covering the 2 fortresses, consisting of 4 stages each. So in total, up to this point, I died a total of 35 times. Thanks for watching, everyone. So far, this is a decent level pack. Design-wise, it's fine. Checkpoint density is good, on point, where I'd place it. Introductions could use some work. Escalation's fine. Climax is usually good. Difficulty per stages is really different. We have easier stages like Ninja, Vampire, Tank, maybe Static, but then we have toughies like Frostburn and Sky, and mid-of-the-road ones like Bone and SteamPunk. I guess like a traditional Mega Man game where there are definitely easier stages and 1 or 2 really toughies. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow morning for the multiplayer stream, Among Us, and Team Fortress 2. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.